Hey everyone, it's Bella. Welcome to episode number 49 of Theme Park Workshop. Like I said, my name is Bella, and I am joined today by Kelley Hoffman.
Hello, everyone. Also known as the Epcot Flower and Garden Avocado Toast #2 fan after Bella.
Yeah. And we're also joined by Adam Johnson, the one and only.
Hello, it is me, and I may potentially be the number 3 fan of the avocado toast because it sounds like something I like. I just haven't tried it yet. I just haven't tried you yet.
It's so good. But today, if you haven't caught our drift, we are going to be talking about Epcot Flower and Garden Festival. Going to breeze through a little bit of Festival of the Arts since we haven't really gotten to talk about that. And we're also going to talk about Universal Mardi Gras. And before we get started, this episode is brought to you by our lovely patrons, Landon Kanoki, Jonathan Edward, Jordan Buster, Greg Harvey, Joshua Gonzalez, Jen Harvey, and Dwayne and Teresa Diker. Yes, I did it. You can join our Patreon at patreon.com/themeparkworkshop to support the show, get some bonus episodes, updates, and a whole lot more. But to start, let's talk about Festival of the Arts. Oh my God, am I Shakespeare? Did that rhyme? Like I said, Festival of the Arts, it came, it went, it happened. It was the best. Kelley, what were some of your favorite things from Festival of the Arts if you're able to go? I think you were.
I was. Festival of the Arts is always too fast for me. But I did one of my new things, which I've been doing, which I highly recommend. And I did this for Flower and Garden the other day as well, but I get a spot early in the morning, rope drop, Connections Cafe, where the Starbucks is, get a nice table. They have lots of like plugs and everything like that for your electronics. And then I will go to the festival after I get off of work because I work remotely certain days for my job. So I've been doing that. I recommend bringing at least one friend because if you have to go to the bathroom, you are going to lose your spot because it gets busy, and also be prepared that people might look at you funny. But it's fine. Disney doesn't care because I was giving them money all day by getting avocado toast on my work breaks. So anyway, we're not talking about Flower and Garden yet, though. We're talking about Festival of the Arts. One of my favorite things, though, is walking around and looking at all the art, which is what I would do when I got off work. So I'd get off work and I would walk all around the countries and look at the art and try the food as well. Oh, the tomato soup. I know you agree with me, Bella, but the tomato soup, I personally like the grilled cheese that had like the bacon and everything in it. That was delicious, but the soup itself was just absolutely delightful. I got that multiple times. I'm
You
trying to
can
think
get
of
it at Toy Story Land. I found that out
Oh.
with that grilled cheese. Yeah. Yeah. I still haven't done it, but I need to next time I'm there. I'm blocked out right now.
It's good. I have had it, but yeah, I know I'm blocked out through like the 8th or the 7th or something like that of April. Sad to me. But I'm not blocked out of Universal, so probably gonna go back to Universal. But that's it. My favorite thing is looking at the art. I also like the shows too. But just everything. Festival of the Arts is always too short. It's just such a vibe.
Adam?
I had a lot of fun at Festival of the Arts. I hadn't gone to the Epcot Festival until Kelly took me to what was it? It wasn't Flower and Garden. It was one after that, but it wasn't Holiday. Was it Holidays?
It
Food
was
and
Food and Wine?
wine?
Maybe. Yeah. Yes, I think so.
The
Whichever
big
one had the delicious
one.
poutine and the Muppets. That's the one I went to.
Food and
Food
Yes.
and
wine.
Wine.
It was Food and Wine, yes. Love that. So I've been going to the festivals more often since then. I'm pretty sure I went to Festival of the Arts like 3 times. Like every Sunday I'd go to church and then I'd go and fellowship with food. Communion at at Epcot for the Festival of the Arts. I had a lot of fun there. I think one of the highlights for me was seeing the Frozen Broadway sisters perform. Can't remember their names off the top of my head, but they were both in Frozen together.
Hattie Murin and Casey Levy.
Thank you. Yes, they were wonderful. It was a wonderful show. I'm so glad I got to see it. I know I took some video and Kelly put it on the theme park workshop Instagram. And yeah, so you can see some of them there. I was in a bad spot, so it's not the perfect video, but it's you can hear the sound at least, and it's wonderful. That was the highlight, but of course, the food. I enjoy trying all sorts of food. My scale does not, but that's no problem because I walk it off. I agree. The pimento cheese and bacon tomato grilled cheese sandwich with the tomato soup. I know you two had both hyped up this grilled cheese or the grilled cheese in general. And I'm like, how great can the grilled cheese be? And then I try it. I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Also, want to give a special shout out to the China booth at the Painted Panda for the black and white bubble tea, which I thought was just going to be some boba. It was so much more. There was cookies. They had two giant Oreo-looking cookies on top of this giant thing of milk tea, of black tea with milk and chocolate and boba pearls. It was very delicious. I'm like, why is it $8? Oh my gosh, this feels like a bargain because there's so much here. That was very good. And I know it's controversial, but I also enjoyed the grape smoothie. I will not apologize for potentially my bad taste. Yeah, it just hit Bella. She hated it, but I dug it. It was at first you think it's like a great medicine, but it kind of flipped over with the whipped cream and the Skittles, and it got kind of like, oh, you're
I
more than
liked
great medicine.
I
You're
liked the
pretty good.
Skittles. I
Well,
enjoyed
I
the
liked all of it.
Skittles. I'm so glad.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
the only person I know that did.
Hey,
I
I'm a
think.
weirdo. I'm a
I'm
freak.
weird. I'm
I'm
a
a
weirdo.
weirdo.
Have you ever seen me without this hat on? It's weird. Please tell me you know what that's from.
Of course, the highs and lows of
Those
college
of high
football
school
or
football.
high school
I've not
football.
seen Riverdale. I do know they did carry the musical for one of their
They
It's
episodes,
did.
though, so respect.
I've
Respect.
only seen a few episodes.
It's nuts. It's nuts. Anyway,
It's funny. It's wild. I don't know if it's supposed to always be funny, but it is.
I think they just didn't care towards the end.
Bella, what was your favorite thing?
It goes without saying, the grilled cheese. I only got to go to Festival of the Arts once, unfortunately. So I did have 2 grilled cheeses that day. I just get the normal one. I'm not really a pimento cheese girly, so I did not try that. That grilled cheese, because I didn't get to go last year at all. So it was really special. It was really good. And then the empanada over at the Encanto booth, kind of in between Morocco and Italy.
Yes.
I also had 2 of those. It is so good. It is
Oh,
so
the
it's
potato
spicy.
chorizo.
Yes, potato chorizo. It's so good. But also special honorable mention goes to the hummingbird cake in America. I had my doubts cuz hummingbird cake it can be a little boring sometimes, but oh my god, it was really good. It was really good.
I
It was,
second that. It was really
it
good.
was so
I
good.
third that. Yeah, I loved it. Hummingbird cake was delicious, and I agree with the empanada because the only downside to the empanada is that it stained my fingernails yellow with the turmeric for
It'll
a
do
couple
that.
days
It'll do that.
because there's like a turmeric sauce, but the sauce is so good.
It's so good.
I loved it.
It's so good. I don't even remember what else I had. I had the beef Wellington, but it was okay. But the grilled cheese and the empanada and the hummingbird cake are like the standout of all standouts. It's the greatest thing at the festival ever. But the avocado toast from Flower and Garden does come close second. Doesn't quite top the grilled cheese though. Nothing will ever top the grilled cheese. But since we're already talking about avocado toast, do we kind of want to get into Flower and Garden?
Girl, let's do it. Let's dive right in.
Yes. EPCOT Flower and Garden Festival, if you did not know, it is running from February 28th until May 27th. And I really appreciate that this one is a little bit longer than Festival of the Arts because there's just something so beautiful and magical about all the flowers and all the topiaries. And they're doing some really awesome things. with the topiaries this year. They have the projected one of the I know I'm not gonna pronounce it right, but the thing from Coco. You know what I'm talking about with the wings?
No.
If I read it, it's like a
It's
Quetzalcoatl.
like a no, that's Elena of Avalor.
Oh.
Uh
Oh, from Coco?
mm-hmm.
Um,
I know it. I don't it you know
Alebrije?
yes.
Got
Yes.
it.
They
I
have
love Coco. No?
no, it is that. It might be Dante or it's one of those.
Dante's the dog, yeah, and
Dante's the
he's an
dog.
Alebrije.
Okay, then yes.
I probably sound very not
Okay.
Hispanic
It's
saying
okay.
that.
I think
But
you're better than me trying to say Quetzalcoatl. I don't even know if that's an actual thing. I think I'm thinking axolotl anyway.
I'm like
But
my
yeah,
Southern American accent trying to say Alebrije, but it's generally how to say
that's
it,
not that
I
counts.
think.
But they're doing projections onto his topiary, which is really cool.
That's so cute.
Yeah, I've only been once, so I haven't really gotten a lot. But what I will say, they took away my favorite menu item from the Honey Bistro. They took away the flatbread. And there is another
And the
flatbread.
cheesecake.
And oh, I didn't even realize they took away. Oh my god.
So they have a cheesecake. It is at the Swirled Showcase, which
Yeah.
still wins best name of any booth ever,
So
but
good.
which is right next to the Honey Bistro. But
I
it's
don't
like a
even remember.
smashed frozen
Yeah, and it's like
version.
nitro. I just watched Tim Tracker. Shout out Tim Tracker. I just watched his video and he said it was okay. But that Honey Bistro one, and
It's
like there's a
good, but it's not the
Mediterranean
same.
flatbread, which is also very good. But like it was perfect. It was perfect. But that's like my one main complaint.
I will
But
say the chicken on the cornbread waffle that's at Honey Bistro is
that is incredible.
phenomenal.
I have
It's
had that.
delicious.
Incredible. I tried it. My friend got it. It was incredible. But
But
I
remember the
got
fallen.
Remember the Fallen.
That's an
What
old
did
segment we did.
We should do that.
We
We
should.
should bring it back.
Back for Flower and Garden. Remember the Fallen.
No,
Flatbread.
literally. Remember the Fallen with the pollen.
Now you're a
Me-
poet.
Me right now with Torture Poets Department out April 19th. You're welcome for the free promo, Taylor Swift. But anyway, we've talked about it so many times, but the avocado toast, I'm trying to find it on the menu. The avocado toast is a religious experience. I'm trying to find the name of the booth so I don't tell you it. Oh, Brunchcot, which is a fantastic name.
Yes.
It is plant-based, obviously. And it is Brunchcot is kind of by Test Track. It's where that Coca-Cola thing is if you need assistance.
That's had some good stuff there before.
It's always the
Oh,
best.
it's the
That's the
best.
first food booth I ever tried.
That's where the fry flight is during Food and Wine.
Yeah.
Yes. And they used to have a donut box thing there. I don't know if they still do that.
They did.
It's good.
Oh,
I love that booth.
It's always popping over there. But the avocado toast, it's avocado toast, obviously, with marinated tomatoes and plant-based cheese crumbles on toasted ciabatta. And there's also like these little like floury things on it. And arugula, I think. I don't know.
And radishes.
Radishes. That's what the floury things are.
Yes.
But there are a couple
They do
edible
have
flowers.
edible flowers. Yeah.
They do. I usually take off the tomatoes because I don't want to be difficult. I'm not gonna ask them for no tomatoes. I just take them off myself because I'm not that type of tomato girly, and I'm not really an avocado toast girly either. And the amount of avocado they put on this thing, there's a lot. They put a lot on there, and it is so good. I got one on my birthday. It was so good. The cast member there gave me a Taylor Swift sticker because my button said 22 Bella's version. And she's like, wait, hold on. And I thought she was going to pull out just like a Disney sticker. And she hands me a picture of Taylor Swift. And I was like, ah, it was great.
That's so cute.
But this avocado toast, it's life changing. I highly recommend. And then the other only item I had from the festival was the goat cheese croissant thing in France. That and the froze. The froze, it's a staple if you are an alcohol partaker, I guess. Like, it is let me get a description for you. It is La Vie and Rosé frozen slush with vodka, Grey Goose, orange something, Saint Germain liqueur, My whole thing just there it is. Saint Germain liqueur, white and red cranberry juices. It is life-changing, and I definitely recommend it. It does melt fast though. But the goat cheese one, it's all in French. So I can't read it, but it's goat cheese, herbs, and roasted garlic. And let me tell you, life-changing. It's a little heavy because of the goat cheese. There's a lot of goat cheese on it, but it is life-changing. Like, that's all I can say about it. It's life-changing. You gotta go try it if you have not already. It's so good. It's so good. What
It
have you?
is really good.
You both have been, correct?
Adam has not yet.
Not
Ugh.
but I'm looking through these menus and my brain is exploding
The
for
menus this
the
year are
avocado loving
nuts.
and the seafood loving parts of me. I will just tear down Epcot once I get there, and I might be I'm probably if y'all are blacked out, I'm blacked out. So when I'm not blacked out and I show up, if it's not blocked out until the end of the festival, which hopefully it's not,
No,
good. Yay. God
it's.
help anyone who crosses my path on the way to these crab thingies and this lobster tail and this avocado toast and this
I
tempura
miss the
shrimp.
lobster roll. I think it was during Flower and Garden. It was back in the America booth. It was a lobster roll, and it was so amazing.
Ooh.
But
I
like
They
saw
the
do have
coffee
menus,
lobster tail
cocktail on
though.
here.
they do have a lobster tail. What is on? It's still on here.
A coffee cocktail. That
Oh, like an
Ooh.
espresso martini.
yeah, that sounded pretty good.
Where?
Let me find it again on the menu. One
Oh,
second.
sorry. Yeah, the menu for Flower and Garden this year is just stacked upon stacked upon stacked. This is always my favorite one in terms of food. It just like feels lighter, I guess, because it's like florals and spring. Um, but like I feel like it's just like better. I have no scientific way to like measure that, but like it's so good. It's so good. And I'm glad it's here for a while. We got until the end of May.
Yeah.
So, and then Food and Wine starts. We got war in June. We got war. Food and Wine is so scary.
I did find the
Um,
coffee cocktail. It is at Brunch Cat with the avocado toast. Yeah.
and I missed it.
They also have peach bellinis.
Hey, there's so much festival left. You can go back.
I know, I know. Once I'm not blacked out, I'm trying to go with my mom.
Oh,
Because
nice.
she has not been yet. I was gonna say, oh my god, I also got a Welsh dragon, but that's not part of the festival menu. That's every day. And if you have not tried one and you are over the age of 21, get a Welsh dragon. It'll change your life. I get one every single time I'm there. It's so good. It's so good.
It is really good.
I highly recommend. But anyway, Kelley, enough of me talking. What are your thoughts on Flower and Garden this year?
Flower and Garden's always my favorite. I don't know if it's because I have so many memories of like my birthday is like, and yours, Bella, is like Flower and Garden and Mardi Gras like just started. So it's always like a party for my birthday, which is always what I do. So I always make a plan to go for my birthday. So I had quite a few things. Kevin and I, my husband, are huge BrunchCot fans. So we always just start at BrunchCot and eat everything on the menu. I love the Bellini. I love the avocado toast is the best. I've had it several times and it's on the Garden Graze. So I just bring my passport with me and I keep getting stamps. So eventually I'll get a free dessert from all of this avocado toast. But I also liked the plant-based it's a biscuits and gravy. It's pretty good. It's a little bit salty, but it's delicious because you can kind of tell it's not like regular sausage gravy and there's it's like a what's the word I'm looking for? Chicken fried plant-based slab of something. I mean plant-based thing, but it's delicious.
I think the word they use is steak.
Yeah, okay. So they have fake steak, fake chicken fried steak, and it's delicious. Like I said, it's just a little bit salty. So if you don't like things that are salty, it may not be your jam, but I loved it. I thought it was good. Not as good as the avocado toast, though. If you have to choose between the two, that's the one. The poutine, the plant-based buffalo chicken tender poutine, was actually pretty good. I'm not a huge fan of blue cheese crumbles, although the plant-based ones seemed a little bit more mild and made me feel less weird about eating them because blue cheese just feels gross to me. Um, but that was good. I actually really liked the buffalo chicken tenders. I mean, chicken misspelled. I mean, they spell it correctly,
I
but it's
wonder if it's the
plant-based.
same ones they used for Food and Wine last year with the Impossible Buffalo chicken tenders. in
Oh,
the
it
Odyssey
tastes like
building
it. It
because
tastes like
That was
it.
really good.
those
Yeah.
Impossible Buffalo Chicken, I could have eaten them all day. So maybe I will have to get that now if it's the
I
same
think it
one.
is.
I
And
would hope.
it's over crispy potato barrels instead of fries, which I think was a good choice. It's great. And it's also on the garden graze, so just eat those and the avocado toast all day. Don't even worry about the rest of it, and then you'll
I'm
get a
good with
free
that.
Dole Whip or
I'm good with
something.
that. I'm good with that.
What else did we get? The beef tenderloin tips were really good. We always get those from Canada. That's Kevin's favorite. I think he also got scallops, and those were good too.
Those always look good. I see people getting them, and I'm like, "Ooh, I wish I liked scallops." I don't think I've ever actually tried a scallop, um, so
They're
I don't
good.
really have anything to base it off of.
I'm gonna say I'm not a huge seafood person. I go back and forth, I think, on seafood, but they're pretty good. One thing I didn't try, also on the Garden Gray stroll, that I want to try, and if you don't know what that is, by the way, I just realized I keep mentioning this and I have given no context. You can get stamps in the back of your passport, which is a free booklet that you can get from Epcot. And if you get, I think it's 5 stamps, then their stamp number 6, you get a completer prize, which is usually some sort of flavor of Dole Whip and like a little plastic collectible cup. And then sometimes you get another treat with it. I don't remember exactly what it is this year, so we'll say it's a surprise, but you know, you could also, I think that there's plenty of food blogs that have said it. I'm just being lazy and pretending that I'm not spoiling it for you. But it's fun, and it's basically like a free treat for if you're going to already buy these items. With how long the festival is, you can just keep bringing the booklet back, and that's what I'm going to do. And it might be in May, but eventually I'm going to get this free dessert. I never get them because I never remember to bring my passports back, or I don't go enough. But this year there's things on it that I really want. I'm like, I don't want to buy things that I don't want, but if I'm already buying these things to eat them again, then it's fine. And it looks like you need to get 5 different things, but you don't. You can repeat. So, PSA. But I want to try the seasonal fruit parfait with the sweet chili sauce and mango Dole Whip, which is in Refreshment Outpost. But I think it's the one like in the middle of the country, is over by China. I can't remember what the area is that it's in, but that looks good. They also have a tangerine soft serve.
I've heard amazing things about the peanut butter and jelly soft serve, and you get it swirled. I've heard fantastic things about it because I assume it just tastes like the peanut butter and jelly shake at 50's prime time.
Oh, probably, and that's so good. And
It's
that's at
so
Swirled
good.
Showcase, the peanut butter and
Yeah.
jelly.
I've
Looks
heard
amazing.
really, really good things about it.
All right, I'm gonna have to get that next time.
Yeah. Adam? Oh, wait, you haven't been yet. I forgot. I'm sorry.
No, I haven't been. I gave a few thoughts though on what I'm looking forward to, and as you continue to talk, I look forward to more. As I continue to read the menu, I look forward to more. I do like that these are more, as you said, fresh. They're more fresh type. I don't know if it's necessarily healthier, but given the seafood and the avocado, I think my cholesterol and sodium intake will be very happy.
There's a lot of
Um,
plant-based things.
yeah. So I'm very much looking forward to showing up. I didn't want to get Epcotted out and kind of show some love to other parks like Universal. But yeah, come April, who knows if you'll actually see me out and about. I think I'll just be here.
That's
'Cause it looks
incredibly
really good.
valid, though.
Yeah.
That's so valid. In addition to all of the amazing food booths, we also have concerts running now and through until May. A lot of throwback people, like I guess Plain White Tees. Would you call that a throwback now? Maybe early 2000s. We got Plain White Tees, Flock of Seagulls, which it like Kelley pointed out before we started recording, you can get Iran on Guardians and then in the same day hear Iran live. So that's fun.
That's so
A
fun.
lot of like random, like there's a lot of tribute people and just like older people that I don't recognize. Um
I would love to see the Pointer Sisters, but I am blocked out both dates that they're here, which is
no.
devastating.
I know, and I miss Rick Springfield, and I'm really upset about it. Um, but yeah, those are always fun. I've never actually stopped to watch one. I've always wanted to, like when All Star or Smash Mouth would do it. Um, and I really wish Christopher Cross did it. And Joey Fatone is not coming this year, which is like, maybe what is it? He's in NSYNC, right? Yeah, NSYNC. Maybe they're getting back together because they've been performing at Justin's show. So maybe we'll get an NSYNC tour. And you know what? That's fine. He doesn't have to do Disney, so he can do that. But yeah, we have the concert series. There's also the butterfly garden, which is one of my favorite things to do because it's always fun to get a butterfly and have him land on you. It's just the best. And then there's scavenger hunts all around. There's what is it for Flower and Garden? It's Remy. No. They don't do one for Flower and Garden with the little
Did they do?
characters.
They
Who
do,
do they do?
but I
That's a
can't
great
remember.
question that I should have
I
written
don't
down.
remember, but they, the Remy thing that they always do, it's like that. So you buy the map, you put the stickers on all the things, when you see them around World Showcase, and then at the end you can choose a prize. I think it's like $12, 11 or 12. I know it's not too bad.
Oh, it's $9.99.
It's $9.99, even better.
Yeah.
Even better, you
I think it's because
guys.
there's 2 scavenger hunts you can choose to do.
Oh dang!
Yeah, Spike's pollination
It is
exploration with
Spike.
Spike the bee. Is that an original character? I've not heard Spike the bee.
Yes.
I think so, because I've only seen it during Flower and Garden, but I could be wrong.
Yeah,
But I
because he's
think
like
so.
on
Oh no, he was in
everything.
Donald Duck cartoons in the 40s and 50s.
Oh, you know what? I
So,
knew that. I forgot.
and
Okay.
he's in the Disney Plus series, Legend of the Three Caballeros. So, hey,
Oh.
if you're like me and you like to pre-game your theme park visits with movies and stuff, go on to Disney Plus and watch some Donald Duck cartoons like Beezy Bear and Window Cleaners. I don't know if those
Interesting.
are on Disney Plus, but there you go.
Interesting.
But the second one is Egg Stravaganza Hunt. Embark on a delightful hunt for eye-catching eggs, each resembling a beloved bunny rabbit, but that's only available for a
Oh.
limited time. So I'm guessing it's like around the Easter
For
season.
Easter, yeah.
Yeah.
So I've never heard of that one. Interesting.
Oh, I
Well,
have, but I forgot about that. That's cool.
in addition, like the butterfly garden, there's a ton of gardens all around. Pretty much in every stop around World Showcase and areas just like around the park, there's a lot of gardens. There's one that's presented by Smuckers or whoever makes the Uncrustable, and you can get an Uncrustable, and of course I see that after I leave Epcot. So like if you want to get a free Uncrustable, and they're not scanning passes, I believe, like you just get one. I don't remember which garden it is. I know it's at the top of World Showcase though.
I got you.
I'm trying
Because
to find the name.
I tried to go to the peanut butter and jelly garden, the Uncrustables garden. I couldn't because, well, I mean, it's open, but they only have the free Uncrustables on, I think it's either Fridays and Saturdays or Saturdays and Sundays from like 12 until they run out. So it's very limited. I would Google it, but I know it's weekends.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything about it.
And it's cute because I tried to go on a Monday because I was working remotely, like I mentioned earlier. And I was so sad because I wanted a snack and I was there on time, but they did not do it during that day. I was like, dang it, which it makes sense. So on weekends, you might be able to grab a free Uncrustables, and it's over where the Agent P Perry scavenger hunt used to be.
That main drag in front of
Mhm.
World Showcase.
Yes.
Yeah. I walked right by it. It was on a Thursday though, so I don't think they would have had them. That's a lot of the fun stuff that's going on over at Flower and Garden.
I did want to ask, does everyone have a favorite topiary? Because I haven't seen it in person yet, but the Groot one.
The
is so
Groot
cute.
one is so cute. I saw him. He's so cute. He's huge.
Where is he?
He's like, I can see him. I'm like trying to picture the background. He's on in like the top of World Showcase. I literally just scrolled past a picture of it too.
Okay, because I've only seen close-up pictures, but it's cute.
By that store on the side of Honey Bistro, on the side where you start in Mexico. That store, yes, that store that has a lot of the Marvel stuff. I believe he's over. I think that's where he was. I just saw him. Hold on.
That's so cool.
Let me pull it up again. He's so cute. It's really cool. It's really cool. Also, all the Encanto ones are really cool. And I really liked Asha's at the front because they're using a lot of succulents now. More than like I've noticed like in the past. And I love succulents. I just think it looks really cool. Those are my favorites. I like all the new ones. They're fun.
I've not been, so I have no opinion, but I'm looking forward to seeing them.
What's your favorite, Kelley?
I think Groot, but I also love the Tiana one in America. That one,
Valid.
I know it's not new, but it's so gorgeous every time.
It's so beautiful.
Like it's not new this year. It came out a couple years ago, I think, but it's so pretty.
Groot is they lied. Oh yeah, World Discovery. Oh, he's near Guardians. I lied. Duh. He's near Guardians. That's where I saw him. He's got his little tape recorder. It's so cute. I love what they're doing. They're more like molded now, if that makes sense. They're not like super fluffy, like kind of how which ones? Like the Winnie the Oh, my I forgot. My favorite is Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy. I don't know how I could forget that.
Oh,
They're
I
over
do
near the
love that
UK.
one.
I don't know how I could have forgotten
Yeah.
that. They're the best. But they're like doing more like packed hard like moss, I think it is. And I think it looks sleeker and they're not as scary as like you remember the commercial where the topiaries came to life and were dancing? Terrifying. I was scared of them. So they're not as scary now. They can do a lot of cool things with them now.
Cool.
Yeah, and then jumping over to across I-4, right? Yeah, across I-4
It's a few exits
ish.
away, like 13
Yeah.
exits. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Universal is also doing their own little party right now. They're doing Mardi Gras, which is the Flavors of CARNAVAL, running from February 3rd until, shockingly, April 7th. I thought it went until the end of April until Adam and Kelley informed me that no, they end at the beginning of April this year. So keep that in mind, everyone. Tonight is the last concert. They usually do concerts. It's kind of like the big draw, I feel, for Mardi Gras for a lot of people. Tonight when we're recording this, it is the final one. Yeah, with Zed. So unfortunately, those are done. But they had some really great acts this year, like Zed and DJ Khaled and Queen Latifah, Ava Max. They had a lot of fun people this year. I was really sad I couldn't go. But of course, we have the Mardi Gras parade. Kelley actually got to ride on a float. We'll talk about that in a little bit. We also have the tribute store, which I have not been able to go into. I'm hoping to go into it on Wednesday. Because it looks awesome. It looks really cool. So I'm excited to see that. All like your favorite foods and drinks at all the booths, kind of like a Epcot festival, but they have ones from all the country. They've been doing that the last few years. Different countries all around the world. They also, like Horror Nights, they do a little overlay at the Red Coconut Club, but this time it is the Cursed Coconut Club. And Kelley also got to see it when it's like doing the Cursed Coconut Club thing. I went on my birthday when it was more of like a club. So it was a little crazy, but all the decorations in there were awesome. So, Kelley, do you want to start telling us about the Cursed Coconut Club and kind of everything it is that they do over there?
Yeah, it was really cool. So I went over the weekend, this past weekend, with my family. I think we were there at like 4 or 5 o'clock, and it was very chill at that time of night too, because a lot of people are in the parks or they're getting dinner. So there were only a few people in there, but there were the singers. I think they call themselves the American Sirens, and they were fantastic. And they also do songs during the Dead Coconut Club. I don't know if it's the same people or not, but they're fantastic performers. The music was gorgeous. It's a lot of like, it's kind of like I can't think of the name of the band that does this, but it's kind of like they're making like more modern songs, so old fashioned, like postmodern jukebox. Is that it?
Yep.
Aha, got
Postmodern
it.
Jukebox. I couldn't
I love them.
unmute.
So it's kind of like that. But they did like Ain't No Rest for the Wicked was one of them, and it sounds just so stunning. They have fantastic harmonies. So that was cool to see that they're like up on the stage area above a bar in the main room. So we got to sit at the tables there and listen to the music. And then we also got to hear, we're sitting there and we were like, there sounds like there's live music all of a sudden upstairs. And we went upstairs and there was a singer and it was just him and his guitar up by the upstairs bar, just singing like it was also popular songs, but they kind of had more of a New Orleans like sound to them, the way he was singing it, and they just sounded incredible. And it was just him and a guitar with his microphone, and it was beautiful. So that was great. There are some decorations, not as crazy and all out as they did for Dead Coconut Club, of course, last year, but it looked great. The lighting was really cool. I loved it. It was really chill vibes too during the park day. And we even went another night around 6 o'clock, and that was also pretty chill. And then Kevin and I went a couple weeks ago for my birthday, like in the evening when it was more of the regular club, and that was a lot more packed. But honestly, we were saying, I mean, I'm sure it does get more crowded than this, but not like insanely crowded. Like it was a comfortable amount of crowd. It was hype and there were a lot of people having a good time, but it wasn't anything crazy. But Bella, you can talk more about that because we were only there for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I was there on my 22nd, which was last week, and we went to Cursed Coconut Club after Rising Star, and it was so much fun. There was, like you said, like there was a lot of people in there, and like it was pretty crowded. But we went to, you remember where the aliens were for Dead Coconut Club?
Yeah,
We went
front
like back,
left. Yeah.
yeah, we went like back there, like that little seating area, and that's kind of where our group like took over, I guess. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. It was like, it's like, this is gonna sound weird, but like if you want to have that like club experience but not be like terrified for your life, that is a really good place to like do that. I didn't realize how fun it would
Yes.
be, and I didn't realize it'd be like an actual like club. Because it was awesome. I definitely recommend, because they're open when there's not a marquee event going on, right? It's just Red Coconut Club. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that I want to go there more. It was a lot of fun. I definitely recommend um to go if you have time on your trip during Mardi Gras or whenever.
I wanted to add to that because you like hit the nail on the head with the description, because I am somebody who really doesn't drink. Like it's just not my thing, and like but I like to dance and I like to have a good time, and it felt like I was like it almost felt like you're back at like a middle school dance or something, because they were playing like Baby by Justin Bieber and like the Love Story Club remix and things like that. And it was pretty loud, but not like anything insane. I mean, I would probably use my earplugs next time, like concert earplugs, like I do at horror nights and we've talked about. But like all in all, it was a very chill vibe, and it was a lot of people in like their late 20s, early 30s, or like even a little bit older couples that are just like out having a good time. So it was like a lot of people around my age that were very chill and just having a good time. It wasn't anything crazy. You're not worried about people trying to like, you know, be all over you in gross ways and like be uncomfortable. I'm sure it happens. There might even be people listening to this like, I did not have that experience. But for me personally, and I know for Bella, like it was very chill. And this was on like, a day where it's a busy park day too. So it was just good vibes. And it's also funny because you can tell that some people get dressed up like to specifically go there, and then other people like are wearing theme park t-shirts and shorts like I was. So
It's just
it
like the
was
best vibes.
it's
It's
the
so
best vibe.
good. And they have
And
mocktails if you don't drink. They have mocktails.
that's exactly what I was gonna
I
say.
did see that they had an espresso martini on the menu, but I was not allowed to get another drink. We crossed that threshold. And I really wanted it, but I'm gonna have to go again because I'm going to Universal. So maybe I'll stop up there and get an espresso martini, and then getting another espresso martini in the park because of the France booth, which is where Surfer Boy Pizza was. They got espresso martinis, but we will get into that later. Definitely recommend checking out Cursed Coconut Club. But while we're here, let's just talk about the Mardi Gras food. Has everyone had any? Has everyone had? Okay, awesome. Perfect. Well, I have only had two things. One of that being an espresso martini, which was very good. They dusted cocoa powder on top to make it like a fleur de lis, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. So good. So good. I would not think to put cocoa powder on an espresso martini, but I'm so glad that I was wrong because it was really good. And then I got the usual beignets, which were incredible. They had just come out. They were fresh. They were hot. It was the best beignet ever. I'm gonna go back and get more because I want to try the birria, the quesabirria, because I've always wanted to try birria. There's a lot. The menus this year are crazy. There's a lot of good stuff. There's a lot of interesting looking stuff, but a lot of it looks really good. And if you need a twisted tater, they got twisted taters with the Hornets flavors. So if you need your little halfway to Hornets fix, get yourself a twisted tater at Mardi Gras.
Bella, when you go back for your espresso martini, I have something you have to get. The beignet's delicious, but you have to get the king cake.
Oh, I've had it. It's so good.
Oh, it's so good. The mini king cake.
I'm so
It
glad
is-
it's not the big one anymore.
Me too, because the big one was delicious, but it was too big. This is like a little, it's like a bundt cake, and it
Mhm.
is like, it's like perfectly spiced and delightful, and the frosting is good, and it was just like perfect. And they said, don't eat the baby to me, which was great because there's a little baby on top.
Oh, good. They put the baby. Okay.
Oh, yes. And they just tell you, don't eat the baby, which was so funny because that went popular on TikTok. I'll quickly go through. I had a couple of things. The candied bacon poutine in the Canada booth, which is over by like the Back to the Future train in just before Simpsons. Oh my gosh, I got it twice. It was amazing. It's so good. It's really good poutine. I also liked the buko juice, which is across from the exit for Fast and Furious. It's green. It's bright green. I don't buko is like a type of fruit, I think. But it's got coconut, cream of coconut and like coconut water in it. And it also has like little jellies. And I don't know if they were coconut jellies or different, but
As a coconut hating girly, would I like that?
probably not. It was pretty coconut flavored.
Damn.
Probably not, but I got it because it was really refreshing.
It looks cool.
As a coconut loving girly, would I enjoy it?
Yes,
Yes.
definitely.
I would hope.
It was good. Well, because
Did you get it in the coconut?
I did.
That's why I want it.
It's a little plastic coconut. It's like $12. It's non-alcoholic. So my family, I mentioned recently that I don't really drink. My family was going to Chez Alcatraz and they wanted to get drinks. And it's right next to Chez Alcatraz. I like how I said Fast and Furious first. It's between the two, but it is also by Chez Alcatraz. And so I got it because I was really thirsty and it's like hot outside. And I was like, okay, this has coconut water in it. It's probably very refreshing. And it was. Oh, and it had like sea salt in it too, which electrolytes. I couldn't really, it didn't taste super salty to me, but you know, it was a very hydrating drink, which is probably the point. I didn't keep the plastic coconut because I was wearing a fanny pack, so we wouldn't need lockers, and I didn't want to be like, I need a locker for my little coconut. But I would recommend getting it at the end of the day if you want to keep the coconut because it was very cute.
I need a locker for my little coconut.
I think I tried other things, but I forget. Adam, what have you had that you liked?
I'm gonna be honest. So I haven't tried the things that you all have liked, but generally I've been kind of disappointed by the food. And it's not that I hated anything. It's just I'm like, I won't go out of my way to get this again. Like the mushroom poutine, it was fine. But I wouldn't go back and get it again. I wouldn't go out of my way. I wouldn't recommend it necessarily. I would probably go to Minion Cafe if I'm feeling food, comparatively. What else did I try? Like, oh, they had this fried cod over, I forget what booth it is, but it's in Gramercy Park it's by a surfer boy. I think it's where the espresso martini is. New Orleans. I think it's the New Orleans booth, or it's the one right next to it. I don't even know how to eat. I ate it. I don't know how I ate it. It just was. It wasn't great. It was just very fried. Not that I hate fried food. It was just like it was like they took a fish fillet and didn't, make it, and they just kind of stuffed it into a deep fryer and then took it out and said, "Here you go." It felt more like what I imagine fair food is. It wasn't, and again, fair food probably not edible. This was edible. This was fine. But what I did enjoy though was the fried green tomato po' boy. I would probably try that again. I also tried that with the category 5 punch, I think is what it's called, which I don't drink a lot at Mardi Gras or most Universal events. I think I kind of do like one per event, but that was strong. That was strong. I got
It's like a hurricane, I assume. Is
yeah, I
category 5.
probably. It's got a lot of rum in
Ooh,
it, so.
Yes,
that's a
it
hurricane.
is.
Yep. And it was good. It was tasty. It was sweet. But even at the small, I was feeling it at the end. I'm like, I've not felt this at Universal Studios before. So fare thee well. Or
It's the best feeling.
good luck. Oh, it was great.
I would die.
But luckily, with good people. So yeah, no, it was tasty. I don't think I would get it again, but I did enjoy it. And yeah, the po' boy was all right. But I do want to try the sweets because I was going more for like snacks and not sweets. So I'll definitely try the king cake. And there's one you're talking about, Bella, that I'm like, oh,
Beignets.
That's what it was. I've never had a beignet, so I need to try a beignet.
You've never had a beignet?
I've never had a beignet.
Oh my god. Well,
Not that I can recall. I know some of these like signature desserts like cannolis and beignets and creme brulee. I feel like I might have had them once, but I never remember if I have them. So it always feels like a special thing. So maybe I have had
They're
a
so
beignet in the
good.
past, but I guess it wasn't life changing. So I need to try this one at Universal Orlando Resort.
They're probably like, if people from New Orleans had them, they're probably like, these are awful.
Yeah.
But I think they're quite good,
All right.
especially if you get them when they're like fresh. Oh, they're so good. Oh,
They're
so
really
good.
good.
Yeah, shake the bag. Oh, it's so good.
You'd remember if you'd had beignets because you would have gotten covered in
It's an
powdered sugar.
experience.
I probably haven't had them. I know my mom
They're
talked about them when
delicious.
she went to New Orleans, but I think my
Cafe du
memory
Monde.
of New
I want
Orleans
to go.
beignets are probably coming from her stories and not so much my personal experience, given that I've never been to Louisiana anyway. So I
They're
definitely
so
didn't
good. They're
definitely
so
didn't go to
good.
New Orleans.
You get like what, 5 in a bag?
I
At
think it's 5,
Universal?
yeah,
Yeah.
at Universal.
And they're like pretty decent size. They're not too big, not too small.
Yeah,
I
I'm
had a
planning to
baby
go at
one in
least
my
one more
bag.
time before the event ends. So I'll definitely try one of these, at least one of these desserts.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to leave the event being like, I didn't like anything. But that happened at Horror Nights 30, I think, where I really wasn't like, no, 31. And I
Mm.
really wasn't liking anything until I tried the fried zombie brains, and then I was obsessed. So there's that. But yeah, right now I'm just kind of like in a more mellow, negative mood about the food, and I don't like that. But I did like some of the other. I like the entertainment, and I like the tribute store. So that's a plus for this event and the parade, of course.
Are you the only one that's seen the tribute store out of the, or have you seen it too, Kelly?
I've seen it too.
Okay, well, I have not seen it. So why don't you two educate me about the tribute store? It looks so awesome, but I still haven't gone. I don't like tribute stores in that location, so I always forget about it being over there.
Just remember that the best show is over there, and then you'll just kind of circle back to it.
What show?
Horror makeup show, girl.
Oh, I thought you
Horror
were talking about
makeup.
Born. I was like, I've never seen it.
Born's okay.
Uh,
I mean, it's really
Horror
good.
makeup show slays though. I've only seen that once.
I need to fix that.
I usually just go in there to say hi to the Jim Carrey Grinch prosthetic and then I leave. Not even to
Alex
Jack and
Ross,
Care. Well,
Marty Mark James.
I'll say hi to Jack and the caretaker over there too. But I just go and say hi to the Grinch prosthetic.
Eddie is in there. Eddie is in the show.
I know, the bear.
The bear.
The animatronic.
Oh
The
yeah.
That's Eddie.
Wolf.
Werewolf?
The Wolfman, yeah.
That's Eddie.
Yeah. How can you
Yeah.
only see Eddie once?
Because I just
I'm
don't
sorry
really go
for
to
getting on your
Universal.
It's
I
me.
don't really go to Universal that much, bruv. I'm trying to go more, but I'm usually only there for Horror Nights, and it's not open during Horror Nights.
Yeah, it's
We
true.
can go whenever. I'm down to go whenever, because we
Alright.
don't got blackout dates.
No, we
Uh,
don't. Oh, what was that
Nar.
accent? Mine was really
Nar.
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 But tribute store,
Yes.
educate me.
So yeah, the tribute store this year. I'm also not a big fan of the merch usually for Mardi Gras, just because I don't have like a personal connection to Mardi Gras, the whole event, or like the beads. Like, okay, cool beads. Where am I going to put it when I get home? It's kind of what I'm like. So for the Mardi Gras stores, I loved 2 years ago. That's my favorite tribute store. Period. Last year I didn't like because it was the first one in the new location. It was pretty bad. This one though, they flipped the whole way that the tribute store is the path you go through. So where you exited for the past couple, like JP and Mardi Gras and stuff, you enter there where the old prop shop entrance used to be. That's now the entrance for the tribute store. And it's like you're going through an old sunken ship or something like that. And what I love is all the special effects in there. They've got a Pepper's Ghost effect with the captain, this ghostly captain. And I think that's the effect most people will catch, because there's a second effect with a disappearing wall. And it's very Haunted Mansion vibes. And I didn't notice it the first 1 or 2 times I walked through it, but this last time that I went, when I was taking pictures for us to possibly use, I saw this wall start blinking in and out. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's really cool. And you can see like it looks like a wallpaper, and then it vanishes, and it's like candles and spooky stuff. It's really cool. And that's in the bead room. I think there's beads in every room, but this one had like mostly beads. And there's such great details. I really haven't done a deep dive on the last 2 rooms. So the checkout room, because I'm checking out my snack, which is in the room where the if you went to the Jurassic Park store, it's in the same location that the Raptor photo experience was. That's where they moved the treats. So that's very tasty. And then yeah, there's more stuff in that last room in the exit. And I really haven't looked too deeply in there, but I know a lot of people are catching some Easter eggs from past attractions. There's a tribute store comics logo in there, I think the Haunt Girls pointed out, as well as Trident of some sort. So we all know Tridents and how important that is to the legacy of Universal Orlando. One has to wonder. But anyway, I'm really enjoying this tribute store. I need to go one more time just to take it all in. But this is definitely, it feels like the most effort they've put into this location. And they went all out on JP. I forget the holiday store was also there. That was also very good. But I think this is probably up there with the JP store.
I never got to go through the Jurassic Park one, and I'm really upset about it.
It was there for so
But
long. Oh no.
I did go through the Christmas store and the Grinchorium, which always makes me like cry because I love the Grinch. That one was so good because it was based off the movie, and they had the best. I am so glad I was the only person in that room when I walked in there, because I probably there were tears. I shed a single tear. I just love it. I love the tribute stores, but I will not lie, I hate them over there. I don't like it. It doesn't. I don't like it. And
I
also,
don't
like, that
either.
building just smells weird. Has a weird smell. At least it did when I went for Christmas.
Probably because it's been there. I feel like it's been there the longest, and they've
Yeah.
had to. I don't think they really had a whole lot of time to completely refurbish, because there's like 3 stores. It was Prop Shop and the photo
Mm,
booth, and I think there's one more. So I think it still has that old smell from
yeah, the
the
old
past.
prop. Yeah.
Yeah, but they are
But
doing more work in there, because I noticed you can't see the balcony anymore.
oh, heard.
Yeah, from when that one spot was the pass holder lounge, you could look up and you could see that balcony that no one could access. I didn't even see it at all, and it looked. I don't know if it was gone or it was just very well covered up, but it didn't feel like a sore thumb the way it has in the past. So
Interesting. Okay.
yeah.
Kelley, what were your thoughts on ye old tribute store?
So I only walked through it once and fairly quickly, so I missed a lot of those really cool effects. So I definitely have to go back through, and honestly, I probably need to go through with Adam to be pointed out all of these cool effects and all of these things. But I thought it was really cool. It felt, and I heard people like on, we're gonna keep calling it Twitter, on Twitter saying things like about how it kind of felt more like a Halloween Horror Nights tribute store. And for me, not quite, only because Halloween Horror Nights is like such an emotional connection for me. So I didn't feel quite that way, but it is very well done. There's some really cool spooky elements. I thought the photo area at the very exit, like as you're leaving the store, was cool. And I got a picture there, and it was kind of like a spooky, it's like you're on a ship and there's skeletons and things like that, so that was fun. But I thought it was cool. I agree with Adam that I don't necessarily emotionally get as connected with that merch or that theme. I mean, I think the Mardi Gras stuff is fun, but it's not usually something I need like merch for or anything like that. As far as, obviously I have a huge connection to Horror Nights, but then also even Christmas and Jurassic Park were like, meant a lot to me emotionally. This one, it's more like really appreciating the artistry just for what it is, and I think it was done very, very well. I still need to try the treats, but I have got a little bit more time, so I obviously need to go back before Mardi Gras ends. But I do wish it was in the other location though, because I just feel like that other location is the best, but they must be doing things in there. I don't know.
I think it allows them to like switch back and forth, because we were able to have Halloween Horror Nights tribute while Jurassic Park tribute was going on, and I think the Mummy cast or team members appreciate having that extra space that they needed for extended queue. Unfortunately, it's not a case of them spending more time on an even bigger and better store, but I think it allows them to do more projects ultimately, so it's not that super quick turnaround. Because I know the turnaround from Horror Nights to Holidays was like extremely, extremely tight and rough. So that's why this past holiday store is able to be one of the better ones, and not like, yeah, we had a lot of Halloween stuff in here. Now we're gonna put up some white Christmas trees and call it Harry Potter. Yeah,
That part.
that part.
But yeah, Kelley, you are the only one here that has ridden on the parade float. Please document your experience verbally through this podcast.
That was insane. So, and I have not seen the parade as a spectator this year. I mean, of course, I've seen it in the past, but I have seen a lot of the floats from it, and I'll tell you a little bit about my experience. So I really wanted to be on the parade float for my birthday, but we missed the pass holder signups because you got to be really quick. I don't think I even got an email, and my friend was not fast enough to get it just because it was like, she didn't see it on time. So we found out that before the parade starts, because they have the pass holder signups and they also have the float and dine where you can pay, I think it's $85 a person, and you get a 4-course meal at one of the restaurants of your choice on Universal property. And then you also get a guaranteed spot on the parade float. But I think it's non-refundable because at the end of the night, they need to fill those spots so that they have the right people to throw beads. And basically, they kind of just randomly will release spots as people don't show up and sign in and things like that by their window. So I went over by Kid Zone, and well, what used to be Kid Zone is by Animal Actors, actually. And I got on my phone. There's a virtual queue that you can find on the app, and you can grab a spot like as soon as they announce that they're available. So we got there, they were already doing it. We're trying to grab them. It's absolute chaos. There's all these people freaking out and screaming and yay, I got it. Or, I can't get it. And you have the option to get, I think it's like 1, 2, or 3 spots on the float on the virtual queue. I mean, you can't get like, oh, I have 10 people in my party, I'm gonna get 10 of these. And you really have to just keep clicking to see if a spot will pop up, and you have to click it as fast as possible. So my friend tried and they would keep popping up, but she couldn't get them. I am like virtual queue master because of Disney. So I finally got 1 spot, but I couldn't get 2. And I had to get it like really quick. I didn't even know how many spots I was getting, but I kept trying to do 1, 2, or 3 since we had 3 of us total. And I was like, well, I want to go. Even if I'm going by myself, I want to go. And there was this man there that had his young daughter, probably between like 8 and 10 years old. And he was like, you can have my spot. I only got 1. I can't take, she can't go alone and I'm not going to leave her. So, unfortunately they won't let me in with her because I only have 1 spot. And I felt really bad. And I was like, do you want mine? And he was like, nope, it's your birthday. I do this every year with my wife. I know she hasn't gone, but she was so sad. So I felt awful taking this man's spot, but I was like, if you insist, but I don't want to take this from you. And he's like, please, like, do this. I work here. It's your birthday, like, whatever. I think he worked for like the call center or something. The nicest person ever. And so he let us in, and I felt terrible. And then a cast member saw his kindness, or I said cast member, oh my gosh, a team member saw his kindness and let him and his daughter on, which I thought was really, really sweet. So
That's so sweet.
I know. I just thought that was a nice story of kindness and sharing your kindness and things like that, because, the team member did the right thing by not letting him on, when he only had 1 spot, because they really shouldn't be making those exceptions normally, but they had a manager help him and let him in. So I guess that's probably 2 less queues that went on the app or something. I don't know exactly how it works, but it was really, really nice of them to allow them on. So happy ending there. But exciting news was that I got to go with my friend, and it was great. So we got the virtual queue. We checked in right away because you have to check in. If you're doing the virtual queue, you should be standing over by animal actors or very close. Because first of all, they will yell when they're going to announce new ones. And then also you have like 5 minutes to check in. Like usually your window is going to be like, okay, you need to check in now. So we go in and we were pulled aside to get our wristbands. And I was on the elemental float, which it starts off the elements section. So I think there were 2 or 3 floats in front of us that were kind of the general Mardi Gras floats. And then our float was the one that was like, hey, look at all these elements that we have. So we got our colors. We had these like teal robes, which they said were all size fits. Oh, wait, size fits. I don't know what the word is. One size fits none. That's what it was. And they were like, it does not fit anyone flatteringly. So just put it on. That was great wording that they had there, and multiple people said it, so I think that's like a common theme. But they weren't too bad. So we tied them up, and we were actually on the smallest float, but it is also the one that has the most beads per person, because all of the floats have the same amount of beads, but there was only 8 of us, or 6, actually there were 6 of us. And most of the floats, like the crocodile float is like 2-tiered and has like 30 people on it or something. So we have the same amount of beads as that many people. So they were like, normally we would tell you to wait like 3 seconds or whatever it is between throwing, but they were like, you can throw beads as fast as you can possibly throw them because we have so many. I was like, all right, this is going to be a cakewalk. It was so hard. So we go backstage. You're obviously not allowed to take any pictures backstage, but we're getting on the floats. We saw a Grinch out of costume, and he still stands exactly like the Grinch. Like, he had the stance because he was just back there, like, helping facilitate the parade. And one of the guys that was a TM working there was like, want to know a secret? That's a Grinch over there. And I was like, and I said, how many onions did he get? And they were like, dude, the back room smelled so bad because they got so many onions. One of the Grinches got 60, and that wasn't even the most. Like,
Oh my God.
so I got some secrets there with that. But like, we just learned so many little secrets about like the parks and entertainment, and we got to see all these people like backstage, and they would wave to us and stuff. It was so cool. So then the parade starts, and it was like one of the most stressful things I've ever done because you have these packages of beads and you have to rip off the cardboard on them, which is just like a little tab, but like you can't undo them all or they'll get tangled. Mine kept getting tangled, and we had the best like bead coordinator ever because she kept handing me new things of beads because
Who
I was
was
struggling
it?
so much. Kat
Mm.
was her name, I think. She was awesome, but I was like so stressed out trying to throw these beads. So I'm throwing beads to people, and they're like, throw them faster. Like, people were like going crazy. There were some people who would have their phone out and have like a straight face and just put their arm out, like, give me a bead. And I was like, no. And then there were other people that were going hard for them, and I'd try to throw it to them, and then I accidentally would hit some other person who wasn't paying attention in the face.
And
And
then
I was
there's
like,
me. There's me who
ugh.
ducks from the beads.
I went back and forth between trying to throw them to people who were like smiling at me and waving to me, and then trying to throw them as far as I possibly could underhand, which is hard. But it was great. Like, it was really fun, really high energy. It's like you're on there for about 15 minutes, and it felt so much faster than that. It goes by so quickly. And there was one area where we're not supposed to throw beads because like it's too far back and they don't want you to like throw them in the street and then people run into the street or something to get them because people be wilding over these beads. So
Where's that spot?
I can't remember because I was on there and I'm like, I don't know where we were. I think it was kind of near where the stage is, but it wasn't right in front of the stage. I think it was like more like where the minion area is, maybe. But it's like a no bead throwing zone. So she was like, okay, this is a good time to take pictures. I'll take a picture of you. And so my friend and I, she was taking a picture of us, the bead coordinator, and people were yelling, taking pictures, they're not throwing beads. And I was like, so then I was scared because people get mad. So anytime I had to untangle beads, I would duck down so people couldn't see me and they would think I wasn't there because I was scared of people. They were going
Damn.
crazy. But it was really fun. We got to take home 10 or 15 beads, I think, like that we were allowed to take from the float. And then also some of the TMs that were with our float made us little bead dogs, like how you can twist the beads into
Yes,
dogs.
bead dogs, bead dogs.
They made us bead dogs, which is so cute. I kept that, and I kept some of the confetti because we had confetti in our boat that would go off, and it was so fun, or on our float. But it was awesome. And then as we were waiting for the parade to end, we'd see some of the performers that are in between the floats like walk by, and they would wave to us and high five us and stuff like that. So it was just a really awesome experience. And I would highly, highly recommend it. It's an insane virtual queue, and you may or may not be able to ride with your friends and family that you're with. But if you really, really care about it, I think most of them are sold out now, but I'm not sure. I would check for the float and dine. If you have the $85 and you want to just do it low stress and you want to guarantee your family gets on, and there's good food options to choose from, like Finnegan's and Cowfish were on there. I think NBC. I don't remember what the other ones were, but there's like 3 or 4 different restaurants that you can choose from. And you get a guaranteed spot. And honestly, in the future, if I have the extra money to do so, I'll definitely do that because I loved it so much. I hope to try to do this every year. But the chaos of trying to get a virtual queue was honestly kind of fun.
That's so awesome.
That sounds so much fun. I it just like the whole thing sounds so stressful though. I don't think I'd be able to get a spot because I can sometimes do virtual queues. I'm not a virtual queue queen. Virtual what? Virtual queue queen. There we go. Like you, Kelley. Queen.
I did see the parade from the other point of view, not to take away from everything you just said, because that's an awesome story, and I'm so glad you got to have that
I
experience.
know.
But I mean, you covered a lot of the highlights. Like there's the elements that's part of the theme, and then King Gator, of course, is there, and these dancers on these stilts. I've not seen people dance on these stilts the way people dance on these stilts. They're getting
Mm-hmm.
down low, they are kicking high, and they even do it before the parade. I forgot there's the live entertainment in
Yeah,
front
there's
of
the
these different
sets.
areas. They're awesome. But I think the crown king of this event is, and I had his name up, and for whatever reason I closed the tab, but they have an MC, a herald, if you will, of Mardi Gras, this Mardi Gras parade, and he's a skeleton man with a top hat, and he is the coolest thing. I hope he comes back. Baron Tauntaun. I love Baron Tauntaun. More Baron. Can we have Baron Tauntaun merch? I'm all for Ruth Gator Lindsberg becoming the icon of Mardi Gras, but if we can't have that, can we have Baron Tauntaun be the recurring icon of Mardi Gras? Because oh my goodness, what a
He's so
iconic
cool.
character.
Could we also get the shrimp and the crawfish people to be like the icons because they're so funny? I also unpopular opinion. Everyone hates on the fish costumes from this year, but I love them. If
Yeah.
I got to wear a giant fish strapped to my head, I think I would be the happiest person alive. It looks so fun. Like I love that, and I love the silver and gold one with the kind of like moon pants, kind of how it was 2 years ago for when it was like space, and the wings. Yeah, I love the mushrooms with the bugs on the top. Oh, I think everything is so cute this year. Granted, there are some that I'm like, but I think they're really cute. They look better. It looks better in person, if that makes sense. Like seeing them in person and seeing them in context of the parade, I was like, okay, I can rock with it. I can rock with it. Yeah. Well, Slay, that I think covers everything we wanted to talk about.
Yep, that's all 3 festivals.
Dang.
2 of them which are going.
Dang.
Good stuff. Good. They're both really fun.
We've been all around the world. We've been all around the world twice. 3 times, because Universal is all around the world too, with the booths. We've been around the world 3 times with these festivals, kind of.
We did some cool stuff. It's fun.
I know.
You got to go to both of these festivals. And if you didn't go to Festival of the Arts, go next year because it's very short festivals. So keep in mind these dates. You've got plenty of time for Flower of Garden. You've got a couple weeks for Mardi Gras. And there's just good stuff around the corner as well. There's always something fun at these parks. So
Early
yeah.
spring and summer in the theme park world is always the best. There's so much going on. It's so fun. Because we got SeaWorld 7 Seas going on right now, too. We have Mardi Gras. We have Flower and Garden. There's a lot. There's a lot going on as we head into summer. I'm excited.
I think Busch Gardens is also doing
Busch
something.
Garden, yep. Busch
I don't remember.
Gardens should be doing their food and wine.
Oh yes, I think it is food and wine
Because they started Mardi Gras in January. They
Mhm.
start before everyone else. They start Mardi Gras in January.
They were ready.
January, baby. They are ready. I think they're still going. They might end on Fat Tuesday though. Maybe. I don't know. I kind of made that up, I think. I think Adam's Googling. But yeah, like Kelley said, make sure you do not. Are they still going?
Yeah, but for a while, May 19th, March 9th
No
to May
way.
19th. I think
No
that's the same as 7
way.
Seas.
March?
Wow.
March 9th. Yeah, they started a week ago for food and wine.
For food
Mardi
and wine,
Gras.
okay.
Yeah. Mardi Gras probably already. I mean, we've already had Mardi Gras the holiday, so
Yeah,
that
we've
makes
already had Fat
sense.
Tuesday.
May 19th. Wow. I might need to go.
Yeah, I might have to pop over to Bush. Pod Squad takes Bush Day?
I'm not
What?
That'd be a good excuse for me to get a pass again.
Iron Gwazi Bella?
No. I just got comfortable. I
Yes.
just got comfortable with the mummy.
Okay, so I guess we gotta do Cobra's Curse.
Okay.
Cobra's Curse is
Cobra's
closed.
Curse.
No, Sand Serpent's closed. Cobra's
Oh.
Curse is alive and well, and it spins.
I'm really scared of all the Busch Gardens rides. Not
It's
gonna
like
lie.
it's like Guardians, but in the light, not the dark. You
Yeah.
can even put in some AirPods and go, "Welcome to da
There's no turning
turning
back.
back,
We
I've only
will
gotten that
find
song
you.
once. I got that
acting
song my
on
first ride
Your
and never again.
best
Behavior,
behavior.
turn
Turn
your.
your
Are we gonna
back
get? Are we
on
gonna get
Mother Nature."
copyrighted?
I don't know.
I
This
hope
is not
not.
close enough.
No,
Shout out to Sammy
no.
Bringing the Friends with the best cover of Everybody Wants to Rule the World. Love that band. Love that song. Just want to say that. Not our creator spotlight, but certainly I want to spotlight the best band.
Oh, on my birthday, I unlocked a new song on Guardians. I got One Way or Another finally. So all I need to get is Disco Inferno. I have one left.
It's so bad.
I
I
know.
hate that song.
I
That's the
know.
worst song. That's the worst song.
Oh,
I keep getting that and conga every time, which conga's
Conga's
not bad.
fun.
Conga's fun.
It's a death wish, though.
It's fun, but it's not like I don't have as much of a personal love for the song as I do for the other.
Everybody
3,
Wants to Rule
4.
the World is the best one, and I have not gotten it since my pass holder preview.
I haven't gotten it in so long, and I also got it for my pass holder preview, but I've gotten it since then like once or
It
twice.
feels like a movie, a
That-
real go to the theater type movie. It's so good. I do love September too. Classic. Do you remember the two festivals that are going on? We got Flower and Garden from February 3rd to April. Wait, no, that's Mardi Gras. You got Mardi Gras from February 3rd to April 7th. And I just started doing September. And then you got Epcot Flower. That's what I was doing the whole time, right? Sorry, I'm just having an existential crisis. Then we got Flower and Garden Festival from February 28th to May 27th. And you get your fun food. Oh, yeah. Say that you remember the park festivals. Watch out, Taylor Swift.
Let's shout out the Haunt Girls.
Yes, create a spotlight. Haunt Girls. We love the Haunt Girls. The Haunt Girls are friends of the podcast. We love them. I have not met Allie, but I met Nikki at Sir Henry's. I know Adam went to their 1 year celebration thing. Kelley, were you there too? Yes, you were.
I was not, but I
No.
have met them before. I actually just saw them at Chris Coconut Club the other
Oh,
night.
yes, that's what it is.
Yeah, but I've met them a couple times at different last Sir Henry's event that Adam and I went to for Valentine's Day. Both of them were there.
No, love them. So definitely go check them out if you haven't already. Like, hello, why don't you listen to the Haunt Girls? They're always like on top of it, and they're always wearing their cute outfits. I love them. I love them so much. So definitely go ahead, give them a follow. They're on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, anywhere where you find podcasts.
YouTube.
YouTube, just
They
like
do
us.
fun vlogs. I love watching their Horror Nights vlogs. I always watch them in prep. But yeah,
Sir Henry's vlogs. They
Sir
do really
Henry's.
great vlogs. Obviously Horror Nights is a huge thing that they talk about, which are some of my favorite episodes that they do. But like I know they just did a spec map one for the
Mhm.
first version of the spec map, which is so exciting. Eventually we'll chat about that with y'all when we are talking speculation. But for your Horror Nights all year round, Haunt Girls, and they also talk about the other local haunts and non-local haunts. They actually just posted a graphic on their Instagram of like the Haunt Girls tour for 2024.
I know, I loved it. It was so cute.
So cute with all of their like haunts they're going to this year, inside and outside of Florida. So go check that out. Follow them on Instagram. Listen to their podcast. It's
Mhm.
great.
Love you, Haunt Girls.
Love you, Haunt Girls.
Yes. And I also want to like shout out just how great of a community they've built. Like it's one thing to like have gotten so successful with a podcast 1 year in. Like that's awesome. They found their niche and they do a great show. But also like I went to their 1 year celebration. Congratulations, Haunt Girls. But like the people who showed up, the community there, like Jen, Ethan, and Angelina, Brad, Sean, Chance, like they were all really cool people. And so like in a year to have like a cool group of people in your community, I think that's really neat. So I think this speaks a lot to them as people that they've been able to
Mhm.
do that. And I can't wait for more success from them and to hear more episodes and all of that. Yes, we love the Haunt Girls at Theme Park Workshop.
Love you, Haunt Girls. I'll say it again. But that wraps up episode number 49 of Theme Park Workshop. That's so crazy. Next one's number 50. That's so awesome. Our 5th anniversary. It's so exciting. But to close us out, Kelley, where can they find you on social media?
Y'all can find me on, I don't know what that accent was, very southern of me. You can find me on the Theme Park Workshop Instagram, which is at Theme Park Workshop. You can also find me on the TikTok of the same username. Or if you're looking for me specifically, you can find me on Instagram at Kells with an S .Hoff, as in Hoffman. And I'm also on Twitter as killer_Kells.
Play. Adam, where can I find you?
You can find me on Twitter at AdamJ_film. You can also find me on the Patreon, patreon.com/theme park workshop. I manage that little fun festival over there. Shout out, by the way, to a special shout out to our $20 patrons. Patrons, our $20 patrons. Dwayne and Teresa Diker and Jen Harvey. Thank you so much. Those $20 patrons, they basically get to sponsor a segment, and that's really cool. So yes, and thank you once again for your generosity and patronage. Love you guys, and love you guys here, and love you guys listening to the show. Guys, gals, non-binary pals, y'all rock.
Yes, and you can find me on Instagram at FlynnWritersNose, and then on Twitter at Bella Harvey with 2 Y's, and then you can find me on the Theme Park Workshop Twitter at Workshop TP. There it is. I don't know why I wanted to say an underscore. I'm gonna start reviving the Twitter again. We've been on a brief hiatus on Twitter. She will be brought back to life. We'll breathe life into her. But yeah,
She's alive.
she's alive. But yeah, that's it. Thank you to our patrons. Thank you for listening. We'll see y'all very soon for a very special 50th episode. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.